Maxwell for Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003. It includes this drawing, allegedly from the president, of a naked woman's outline, a signature near the thighs. The message, in part, enigmas never age.
The president did not write that letter. He did not sign those documents.
The White House signaling it's open to an expert handwriting review and blasting Democrats who have been vocal.
The release of his salacious pictures from the Epstein files shows what a liar Trump is.
But it's Republicans, the president's own party, leading the investigation on Capitol Hill.
Democrats find one thing in there and they promote it and try to get a narrative. This investigation's about providing justice and accountability for the victims.
The newly released book features page after page from Epstein's friends. Repeated raunchy references to sex and massages. This sketch showing Epstein handing balloons to girls labeled 1983 and 20 years later surrounded by half-naked women. Another person adding photos of wild animals having sex. Epstein died by suicide behind bars in 2019, awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. Now, the family of one of his most prominent accusers, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, calling the latest document release a turning point that should expose systemic failures. Another survivor, Liz Stein, who sat down with us last week, today describing her reaction.
It really just made me ill. It really just solidified to me what the culture of Epstein and his friends were. And it's right there in black and white in this book.
And with that, Hallie joins us now live. Hallie, walk through what happened.
Yeah, but in what ratio? Are you a good driver?
That's right, Tom.
Yeah. Are you a good lover?
Lawyers from the Epstein estate to see unredacted versions of the documents the estate's handing over. And the committee chair says there is more to come with a focus on following the money and Epstein's financial records. Tom?
All right, Hallie, we thank you for that. Now to new developments in that gruesome murder of a Ukrainian refugee who was stabbed to death as she sat on a light rail train in Charlotte, North Carolina. The suspect now facing federal charges. Here's Gabe Gutierrez.
Tonight, a new federal charge against the man seen in this surveillance video, pulling a knife from his pocket and repeatedly stabbing a Ukrainian refugee to death last month as she sat on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina.
This is obviously a horrible situation.
The U.S. attorney choking back tears, describing how 23-year-old Irina Zarutska had fled her war-torn country, where she had been staying in a bomb shelter. Here in the U.S., the FBI says she quickly got a work permit and held jobs at a senior citizen center and a pizza restaurant.
She was building her young life. She recently moved in with her partner.
DeCarlos Brown Jr. had already been charged with murder at the state level. Now he also faces a federal count of committing an act causing death on a mass transportation system. President Trump today highlighting his lengthy criminal history, including a conviction for armed robbery, also blaming Democrats for enacting cashless bail.
She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country.
The Trump administration also threatening to withhold federal funds if local authorities don't do enough to protect mass transit riders.
Tragically, a public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left.
Charlotte's Democratic mayor announcing the city will increase security on the light rail system.
Street, and we need to identify.
Can't sleep. Gonna die. Can't sleep. Gonna die.
Means home, but her family responded that she loved America. They wanted her buried here in the U.S.
Tom, Gabe Gutierrez at the White House.